gonna also.
Okay, perfect. Hello. And we're live.
Hello.
Oh my god. This is such a monumental moment. I don't even know how to introduce it.
How have we not done this before?
I The thing is, so I'll give a little brief explanation of my background in the podcasting scene. But first off, my name is Alexia. I'm your humble co-host. And
I'm Kate, the other co-host.
yeah, she's also very humble, which is cool. I used to have a podcast that might get started back up again with my friends Kami and Will, and we had like 12 episodes out, and it was called Boogie Boarding. I honestly still don't know how to introduce or exit a podcast besides hi and bye, so maybe it works, and that's why I can't come up with anything else. Quite a podcast traditionalist, but today, so this podcast is going to be more oriented towards like lifestyle and fashion or social commentary, dare I say. But really, we're going to talk about whatever we want. We're not educated. Don't take anything seriously.
We're not educated. We're educated by Instagram and
we're educated worms in our brains.
No.
I actually have this little mouse that pulls the hairs out my head. So that's what I'm educated through. So again, do not take anything we say seriously, because we really don't know anything about fashion or lifestyle or commentating. So do you just want to hop into it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So today I kind of wanted to discuss something that's been on my mind a little recently, which has been the rise of y2k fashion, and like what that means for like celebrity teen pop culture. Do you have any initial thoughts after just like hearing that?
Oh my god, there's a lady code. Okay, anyways, sorry. She's joining us.
They invest homes.
It's good luck. It's good luck for the podcast.
It's good luck, but also I went to Ben's the other day and there was this like dark little mass in one of the corners, and I got closer and it was like this herd of ladybugs, and I literally was like, no.
There were 5 on my window yesterday at the same time.
So if you ever want to get rid of them, I looked it up, and apparently citrus and like bay leaves repel them. And you need to like spread it where they have been so they don't come back. But they
Word. Okay. Anyways, back to Y2K.
Yeah.
My initial thoughts about it are like, I feel like every year kind of there's a new decade that gets popular. And we're already at Y2K. Like, I feel like it was like the 70s and the 80s has always been kind of like a, true. I don't know. I feel like
the 80s was like, I feel like the 80s was already the epitome of like, just being extra.
Yeah. Like I feel like a lot of
and I think that's kind of always in style.
And I feel like 90s, like there's just like, I feel like streetwear just embodies like 90s / Y2K, and then also Y2K embodies the thousands, the whatever you call it. So I'm like, where do we go from here? Like, are we gonna like go back to like
we're going back to like
the 30s,
the Victorian era? I'm
excited. I'm excited.
Linen shirt.
I know. I'm thinking of you. I'm like, she's starting something, and if it's not a trend, I don't know what.
I could be really right now and like delve into my personal style, but I'm gonna save that for another time. But I'm definitely gonna do it at some point, and I want you to too. But that's like exactly kind of the train that my brain was already on, where even just with architecture and other types of art besides fashion or like other forms of self-expression, I feel like we look before 2010 as like increments that were super defined,
Mm-hmm.
really easy to recognize and label those styles. And then after 2010, um, it feels like everything just like blew up. Like
Yeah.
everything, like all of the lines have kind of blurred in the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a result of social media and
Yeah.
how people are slowly bridging the gap between different like clique identities, which
Mm-hmm.
blurs the line between different um, fashion. And so there's no real like uniform for a type of person, but rather a uniform for like um, just like whatever's at Forever 21 at the moment. And it's just shifting so fast that, and it's just so referential. Like it doesn't have its own aesthetic at all. And that makes me
Yeah.
sad, but I'm also wondering like, okay, what's gonna happen next? Like we're delving into Y2K and I'm starting to see that kind of fade,
Yeah.
which I'm kind of thankful for because I get I have a very like mixed um I have
Feelings about
feeling
it?
about
Yes.
because I was talking about this over Instagram with someone the other day, and like interrupt me at any point because I feel like I'm rambling at this point. But
Go for it.
I have like a bad feeling about Y2K coming back because what Y2K is to me is really like fun, bubbly colors, kind of cheap clothing, kind of bitchy looking, and
Mm-hmm.
I love that aesthetic. I think it's really cute for what it is, but it also is it belongs to this era of like um I don't even know how to say this, like sexualization.
Yeah.
Whenever I see something that's like really childish looking that gets really popular, it just sounds alarms in my head, not because
Mm-hmm.
of the people who are wearing it, but just because I watched a lot of SVU growing up. And now I just like am always thinking about older men, and not in a cool way. Just
Yeah.
here.
I feel like that I mean, I feel like every time it's also really problematic, but I feel like especially like early 2000s, like there was a good amount of like cultural appropriation and shit, and
True.
like I just can see like pictures of like I don't know, like
Yeah,
white girls like wearing their like
yeah,
Y2K fits with their cornrows, and it's just like
right. And I think most like really big fashion movements, I mean, fashion has never been what's on the runways. It's never been high fashion. In fact, it's like weird to wear what's on the runways and it's quite corny. Fashion
yeah,
has always been like influencers of some sort. Influencers have always existed. There's always been it girls, and those people are fashion. And I feel like in the early 2000s, and especially in the late 90s and just all through history, we see rap artists get really popular, and then also like just really beautiful women of basically like every race, obviously. But I feel like we see a lot more cultural appropriation because I feel like um, it's just like a, something about the pop take on fashion is just really inspiring. It's just really cool. Like that
yeah,
specific take. I'm not exactly how like sure how to word it, but I know that every time something gets popular, I feel like I can always trace it back to a black creator. Um,
okay,
and I'm
word,
I'm not sure if that's true, but I feel like it usually is. And the reason that I don't really think about that a lot is because it's not the faces of fashion. You,
yeah. Is there
you realize
anything?
like who wore it, and it's Rihanna. You know,
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything in particular like you're thinking of when you say that?
um, mm, there's definitely examples that I could like pull up if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I think for the early 2000s or like late 90s, that like cusp, I'd probably say like I'm gonna sound so uneducated if I'm wrong, but like wearing oversized jerseys or like hoop earrings or kind of adopting more like a sporty chic look.
Yeah. And I do think like this, I mean, the street style like did like streetwear did originate from like Black communities and stuff. So I
Right.
think that's like
Right. And
definitely,
there's
and
never
that's when like hip hop was a huge thing, and I could go on, but yeah,
no, this is
yeah,
really like I don't think it's correct to talk about fashion without acknowledging like who is actually creating fashion.
yeah, and
Um,
like where like these like trends are coming from.
right. Because also I think Black creators also gave rise to the idea of having the brand name on clothing and having that be a flex, like kind of flex culture fashion, like that genre of streetwear, I think has also been on the rise ever since the early 2000s, where it's like Gucci head to toe, or like the outfits Billie Eilish wears, where it's just like every single thing she's wearing says Fendi. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like tacky looking, but it's not about how it looks. It's about the fact that she's wearing Fendi, and that's
Yeah,
important to us. And I think that was something we saw the rise of in the like later 2000s, where people were like starting to give more care to high fashion brands, not because of their quality, but because of what it meant to wear something expensive.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I don't know. I think that the Y2K trend that's plaguing us right now is
oh
going
God,
it's going to kind of die off slowly, and here's why I'm predicting that. It's because I think TikTok is really responsible for how fashion is communicated to a lot of like 13 to 17-year-olds right now.
yeah,
I think basically age bracket is on TikTok. I'm not anymore, so I don't know what fashion looks like on there anymore, but I definitely saw and was influenced by the rise of certain things, like ideas that I just genuinely didn't have, that were
mm-hmm.
easy to ingest. And once you see enough 30-second videos showing you about really like wide like pants with like weird patches on them and stuff, you think they're ugly at first, but it slowly like
Mm-hmm.
um, indoctrines you. And I feel like whatever's on TikTok is going to be next. But
Yeah,
I think the e-girl uniform is going to evolve. Like, because it really freaks me out to see grown adults um, doing their makeup to look younger. It feels like everybody on TikTok is trying to look exactly 17 years old.
okay. I don't have TikTok, so I can't relate,
I I think it.
but I believe it.
Yeah, you can just take my word for it. I'm probably wrong because my observations are just like I feel like I have a lot of unchecked observations. Feel free to check me on anything.
I, all right.
But like talking about more of what makes things cool or fashionable, I kind of wanted to talk about music videos.
Yeah.
So have you been watching any good music videos recently?
I actually just, do you know the artist Samia or Samia?
Not
Okay, so
familiar.
she has this song called "Is There Something in the Movies,"
Mhm.
and I watched it. That's like the first music video I've watched in a while, and Julia Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
was gonna say.
but her music video was cool. I like music videos that I just don't get, like that just like
Mhm.
also tell a story as much as a song does instead of telling the story of the song. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I don't necessarily like when like a music video acts out exactly what the artist
Right.
is
Show don't tell.
referring to, because I feel like that's kind of like, okay, like this is another opportunity to like let out creative energy more.
Right. Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't know. I guess I have to like watch more, but yeah, I don't know.
right, like some artists create music videos out of obligation, and you can tell that they feel a music video is a chance to sing the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then artists like Julia Jacqueline think it's an opportunity to show you exactly how the song feels.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense. And it's so cool.
So good.
I recently watched and over and over again I watched the Velvet Underground's music video for, I believe it's called, I'm gonna sound so stupid if I get this wrong. It's called Close the Door or something similar to that. I know the song just repeats like lyrics about,
I don't know it. I don't think I know it.
but it's just this girl like on the phone and she's like sitting in a party and all of the shots are just like her like film and like sitting in a dark room by herself and the lighting's all really like moody and weird. She's just like singing while looking at the camera. And I feel like that music video will always feel cool to me, just because like it's so weird.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to think of some good ones that I've seen. Wait, I want to look back at my liked YouTube videos to see if I liked any.
I remember really liking, and of course this is like a super popular opinion, Clara's Pretty Girl video, I feel like really brought something new to the table. Or like
literally, that's like my first liked music videos. It's right there.
It's so good. It's so good, and it makes me overlook the fact that I know everyone barrages Clara with she's an industry plant, which don't care. I don't care about celebrities. I don't care how they got famous.
Yeah.
I really don't have any personal gripes with Clara because I like her music, so don't care. But that music video I think was her best one, and I think she's hasn't topped it.
Yeah. I don't think I've even seen any of her other music videos, if I'm being honest.
I've seen a few of them, and she kind of takes on this like VCR is not VCR, home video aesthetic.
Yeah, okay.
Filming her friends dancing. And I thought that was cute, but it was just like, I don't know, it was just kind of basic indie to me.
Okay. I also feel like I have to talk about Alex G's music videos. They're like what I want music videos. Like if I was to have music videos, I would want them to be like Alex G's. Like I don't know, I think he does the exact thing I was talking about with telling a story another way on top of already telling one. I don't know, it's like they're just so cool. But I can't find a lot of his old ones. Oh. Never mind.
Had to create so Kate has an EP out. You should go look at it on Spotify. It's at look up Kate Posse.
Making champagne.
Yeah. We're starting a Patreon, except we don't give any content to view Kate's music and feel like you're truly appreciating it. My favorite song on the EP is Morton Street, and I feel like listening to your music kind of gives me like a lot of mental like music video ideas.
I'm so happy you say that.
What like music video ideas do you have in mind if you had like an unlimited budget?
Oh my god. What the hell? Okay. Well, Alexia and I have briefly talked about an idea for this one song I have called Mother. And you have to help me explain it. We had this vision where I would just be doing like my day-to-day things, like back at home. I work at maybe an ice cream shop, and we're thinking about like me like standing there while like someone like takes off their mask for COVID and just spits all over me as I'm trying to take their order. Just capturing these like daily parts of my life that are just so like
disgusting,
or they're just like it's only me, like my luck.
Yeah. Like a montage of "fuck my life" clips.
Yeah, over like the song
with a ice cream cone in your hand while someone's like fucking spraying spit into my face during the pandemic, like or sitting next to a couple that's making out and just like
Just like, yeah. Or like
kids.
me like sitting in like a fucking field, like while my friends are just fist fighting in the background
You
because
literally going like this while I'm chasing someone with a knife.
you're just like straight up like these just like hyper or these hyper exaggerated
Yeah.
yeah, like moments of my life that like just make sense for me but are just so like over like this song that's like weirdly happy sounding that's just not happy at all. And yeah, so that's like one idea I just think would be funny, and like I feel like that would go with, I don't know, I just whenever I like play the song like to myself, not on Spotify, I can just like imagine it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's where I'm like, I have the ice cream cone. I also had another idea of just like still shots of like random things in my life that like I like associate like meaning with. So like my like picture wall, like I have right here on my desk, like just like a little bit of that, and then like a little bit of like the corner of the room or something, and just like little things.
You're
I don't
actually
know.
kidding. I
Can
just
you
did
see
this video where it was all these like establishing shots from movies, and I want to make a video where it's just like a bunch of like 5-second clips where the camera's completely still, but like the tree moves a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I like
Trees
those shots
flutter
a
on the
lot. I don't know. I feel like I just like capturing like day to day life and like
quintessential
realizing that like
moments.
yeah, and just like I don't know. I don't even know. But also, oh, I like also love Julia Jacquelin's videos where she's just like it's like she's dancing like a fucking fool, and like it just like has this like Powerade martini glass like as she's standing on the side of the highway like yeah, I don't know. What about you? What's your dream music video?
Oh my god. I wrote this poem yesterday that I was trying to turn into a song on BandLab. Um,
Mm.
for our lovely listeners, I don't actually have any music like capabilities. I do like music though. I have a lot of fun listening to it. I like expressing myself in every way possible.
Mm-hmm.
But hopping on a band lab is a really fun thing to do, even if you aren't musically gifted or
Mm-hmm.
hardworking. Really, like if I put that work in, I'm sure I could do something better. But I hopped on there and I was using like the sample keyboards that I didn't know existed,
Yeah.
like the synth and everything, and then I was
Mm-hmm.
looping me like like singing a little back loop, and I was trying to turn
Hey.
that into a song. And I don't know, I was thinking about how much I really just want a music video that makes me feel exactly like Blade Runner 2049 does. Because,
Oh, of course.
I mean, favorite movie, hands down, of course, just because of how inspiring it is to me. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't really get inspired by music videos anymore. Um, just like I feel like the indie genre has been it has a lot of really good music videos, but I feel like I've seen it all at this point. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not really surprising when certain things happen in music videos anymore, and I feel like I haven't, if it exists, I have not broken into it yet. Like the cyber, if there's any sort of like cyberpunk esque music videos that can give the same like euphoric like
I still need to watch.
it's we should do a pod where I talk about
Talk about it.
time.
Wait, yes.
Yeah,
And I talk about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
yeah, and then we do play during turn.
We could watch it and then discuss afterwards. Like you would discuss your thoughts about Eternal Sunshine. I could discuss my thoughts about Blade Runner. But we can talk about that later.
That's our homework. I just I have these. I'm haunted by Tron. If I'm honest, I don't know if you ever watched that movie,
I didn't.
but I remember seeing Tron in the movie theater when I was like 13 or whatever, and
Oh
I
my god.
that being like the first time I had ever seen something futuristic that I like felt compelled by, just because
Mhm.
the fucking motorcycles, because they have
Mhm.
cool like clean glow to them. And it's rare that I feel excited about technology advancing. Just because I really think the Industrial Revolution was a curse. But
That made me laugh.
I I like feeling excited about how like bleak things are sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much have you looked at a lot of like brutalist architecture?
I don't. What
I
constitutes
just like
something as realist?
what's your wait, what was the question?
What is realist architecture? Like what's an example?
Uh well, an example is you've toured UMass.
Mm-hmm.
Not that any of us are anywhere near UMass. We toured it and it's super far away from us all, so don't say this. um
Yeah, you must where?
So, you know the buildings in Southwest, like the dorm buildings that are just like the tall towers with all the like windows with the LED lights coming through?
Is
Uh,
it like modern?
no, no, no. It's like a weird, it's mostly,
Wait, I'm just gonna look up realist
yeah,
architecture.
because then think of like Tobin Hall or think of your mental image of Russia, like Soviet architecture.
Okay.
It's buildings where the intention isn't to create a space that you're comfortable in. Intention is to like suffocate you because the building isn't for your enjoyment. It's for your
This?
bureaucracy. Yeah, it's just like
Okay.
it's
Heavy.
brutal.
Whoa.
I don't like it personally as like something I would ever
Feels like
bring into the
cold.
world. Yeah, but I do. I appreciate how oppressive it is. You know,
Mm-hmm. It's really interesting.
how Soviet it is, and how like it feels like a building saying "fuck you,"
Literally.
which is cool because it's like you had the materials and you had the time and the resources to create a building, and instead of creating something good or pleasing or even just like um, baseline normal, you could
Mm-hmm.
that genuinely makes me uncomfortable and feel sad.
Whoa. Yeah,
And
Is the Eiffel Tower technically an example of realist architecture?
well,
If if you think about it.
I I guess because it's this kind of hollow looking purely metal structure.
Mass. Yeah.
I don't know though because I feel like spires that kind of like go in this shape um,
Mm-hmm.
do kind of have like the feeling of a beautiful church to them, you know? They do kind of feel
Yeah.
a little more ornate than brutalism. Like I feel like a brutalist Eiffel Tower would just be like a cement.
Like straight, yeah, like no like curves or
Yeah,
anything.
I think the curves are really what would exempt it from being brutalist. But
Okay, that makes sense.
that just made me do a double take.
It just was the first, it's literally the first search result when I looked up realist architecture. Hello, Miss Eiffel.
I guess it is. Wow.
Well, I don't know.
I have no idea. There's a lot of cool things that I'm finding out about architecture. Um,
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I can indulge you, um, but I don't know if that's something you or the listeners want. So
We can talk about it in another pod.
yeah, we can do an architecture and music.
Architecture pod.
Oh my god, it's literally just gonna be like what we've learned in college. um, I don't know. What was I originally saying about brutalist architecture?
You were just saying how it was so
Oh,
interesting that you
oh
can create something that feels so oppressive.
yeah, it's cool. And cyberpunk turned something like brutalist architecture into something interesting for me because of the like lighting and the environment of it, which you never really consider to be like so um like essential for a building, but then see a building like the building on your Google Images, and then you see it lit with purple and blue lights, and you see like high-tech motorbikes running in front of it, and
Yeah.
holograms coming out of it, and suddenly I'm like, whoa, this is insane. So I think
Yeah.
if I had an unlimited budget, I think I would create this like whole cyberpunk world. um
Yeah.
that just was like it would hint at like a weirdly formed government and everything. Like I would just be moving through it and you would get hints at how it operated. That's just,
Oh, that's what's like so cool about like books and music videos and music and shit. It's just like, like you could literally transform to like another universe and live there.
you
Or, like,
can't do anything. I mean, you can do anything, but
yeah.
it's all nature. It's all real. I read this paper for one of my classes, and it's by this artist that I usually don't really like, and I'm always hesitant when reading things that are so definite in their opinions. But you know, it's interesting to get someone's hot takes.
Yeah.
But the gist of the article was that all artists create parts of nature, and to deny that you're creating something as a product of like the nature that you've grown up in or the nature um, that you're a part of, whatever. To deny that is to deny that you yourself are a human being, like that you yourself are a piece of the puzzle and have no way of creating something that isn't a product of your surroundings. Like you could create an angel with like rings flying around it and all these eyes floating, but really you're drawing like your mother's eyes and like your father's wedding ring. Like
Yeah.
which wait, that was I didn't read that. I came up with that and I'm writing that down.
That was kind of good.
But
Is this from your angels and devils classes really? Just
yeah, Angels and Ghosts, which by the way, not doing that well.
angels and devils.
I missed one. Oh yeah, All Girls Gonna Heaven. If that's gonna be our name, which doubts. Doubts.
You just call it eyes and eyeballs and wedding rings.
We could do that. We are allowed to do anything we want. That's the cool thing. I like wearing this ring on my left hand, and then people being like, "Oh, like that makes it look like you're married," and it's yeah. So what? What if it does? Like it
Okay.
doesn't change anything about my day-to-day life if I look married. It's just more comfortable on this hand. No, you're not gonna hit on me.
I love that people were throwing those like fucking gender roles at me in like 4th grade. They were like, "You can't put it on that finger. It means you're married." And I'm like, "You think I want to get married?"
First of all, I'm not capable of long-term commitment.
A little bit.
I'm married to God. I'm married to sterling silver. Yeah. I've switched over because every time I hang out with Ben, he'll like put it on my right hand, and I'm like, I didn't know, it's such a big deal to everyone. But
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, you don't know him? I'm like, oh, a lot happened while you were gone.
Sorry, love, but
oh my god. Okay. So can you talk about if you're creating any music right now or in general, like why autumn is the perfect season for art? Because I feel like I've recognized that and I want to know if it's fact.
okay. So when I read this originally in your ideas, I was like, this is my hot take. So I feel like in autumn, the temperature fluctuates a lot. And you know, that smell when it's like weirdly warm after it's been cold for a little bit, or it's like really cold after it's been warm. And there's just like a smell in the air that's very nostalgic. And it's like really comfortable temperature, and you just feel like everything's like
The
like
world is
you're
room
just like,
temp.
yeah, you just feel like you're surrounded by this nostalgia. I feel like that feeling comes about a lot in the fall, especially with like with leaves changing and like all just like the surroundings like are very like, oh, like reminiscent of like the beginning of the school year and like the going and like I feel like there are a lot of happy memories associated with the fall, at least from like my childhood. I just remember doing like a lot of things, and I feel like when these smells come back, it kind of brings about the sense of nostalgia. And I know when I feel nostalgic, like I want to like create stuff, and it makes me write stuff down, and like I want to capture the feeling in words and in music. So that's what I think. That's why I think fall is so like. That's why I think it's so such a good time to be creative, is because that's just it's just the feeling. I just want to gobble it up.
Oh my god. I didn't even I didn't consider that fall and spring are probably the smelliest seasons.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Spring
probably
too.
why they're so inspiring because um as we know from that weird one season show that Neil deGrasse Tyson did, just about this Cosmos show. I remember watching that on TV when I was in like,
Oh yeah,
and
sixth grade.
he did this episode. I'm not naked, by the way. He did this episode where he was talking about the like callback possibilities of smell and sound, which we've already taught. Like we already kind of knew that just from science classes, you know, experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't consider that like the dirty, like earthy smell of like wet leaves um, was exactly what made me feel uh, the way I do. Because I feel like I've felt every single autumn of my life. And yet I feel like every single winter is different because
Mm-hmm.
you can't smell winter. I
Yeah,
feel it and you kind of forget a feeling or
yeah,
what winter looks like, but it's hard to forget what autumn smells like.
yeah. I just like the amount of times I've tried to capture like that like nostalgic temperature. I just like have never been able to like in music. Like I never figure it out. But
Really?
no, I can't. Like I've tried to write about it and it just doesn't work. I feel like that seems to be something that's really like
Hmm,
ambient and like melancholic and shit.
true.
But
I
I
think
don't know. I think
weirdly enough, I think you're actually like in calendar. I think your music is genuinely steadily approaching autumn. Like listening to your EP when it came out in around August. Then
mhm.
I found myself listening to it way more at the end of August slash beginning of September. At the beginning of September, I found myself having it on repeat and just kind of feeling it more and more. And then I still feel it, but I feel like that was the like perfect time for it. So it feels like you just have another EP to go before your September, October, and then another EP, and you'll be November, December. Um,
Okay, you're back.
or maybe that's just me literally like
Going through time.
just going through time. It doesn't matter. But I would say that it does have like a late summer feel to it, especially lyrically.
Oh,
Did
I'll
my
take
phone
your word.
reveal?
Yeah. I don't know. What is your opinion? Like why do you think fall is
I think
rid of time?
fall fall is interesting to me because I have a lot of moments in my life where something happens and in my head I say to myself, I say, this is something I can never allow myself to forget. Like this exact image or this exact line that I just thought of, I need to hold on to. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
most of those ideas are anchored in autumn. Like I have distinct memories of like looking at the moon and seeing like the murky blue clouds around it and feeling that her just start to bite me and
Mm-hmm.
looking at it and be like, whoever painted this had just dipped their paintbrush in dirty water. And I remember being like, I need to remember this forever. Um, And I feel like interactions with people also, I just feel more myself in late summer. Like late summer, I feel like is my prime time, just because it's not too much of anything. It's the perfect temperature. The expectations are kind of minimal because it's late summer. Nobody expects you to like go hard at anything, and it's the beginning of school, so nobody expects too much of you there either because you're just starting something. And it always feels like forgiveness. So I just think fall is like the rebirth season more than
yeah, I agree.
And then I've been just painting a lot more purely because looking outside and like seeing all of the colors. So I'm trying not to sound actually corny.
I know. I feel so corny talking about this.
I'm like, wow, the leaves are like so red.
They're like orange and yellow too.
But
I'm looking at them right now.
like an environment that changes every single day is exciting to me.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever go somewhere that doesn't have seasons.
That's
like,
what I was thinking. I
I wish there was somewhere that was just a perpetual like fall.
That's actually true because like some warm days, some chilly days, you could wear literally every outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this post a while ago, and it was like the best outfit combination possible is a long sleeve shirt with shorts. And I don't know how much I agree with that, but autumn is like the perfect time for outfits.
Yes.
You can wear genuinely whatever you want.
Exactly.
You'll probably be fine. Like you might be a little cold or a little hot, but you'll be completely fine if you wear a sweater and sweatpants, but you'll also be completely fine if you wear a dress like this and like
or shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
Right, exactly. Like I love I love all the options.
I love fall. Fall is so great.
Favorite thing about fall is
chef's kiss.
I need to plug my computer in real quick. But
the
last topic.
Is it iPhone notes?
Yeah.
Yay! I was hoping we would end with this.
I don't know if that's an idea that wait, I need to okay. I thought I plugged in my
I have some. Do you want to do something where we look up like certain words in our notes and see if we can get anything with that? Like
you totally can.
I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of red and stuff in here.
I think I have no idea why my computer charger is like not charging at all. But I'm gonna try to fix that right now.
Okay.
The reason I thought of this as like a prompt was because I have a serious problem with my iPhone notes.
Me talking to how many? I wonder how many. I want to know how many you have.
I have like 350.
I have 501.
Well, the thing is though, is that I remember my sophomore year when I first moved to I remember sitting in the lunchroom, literally alone, sitting with my headphones in, which first of all, embarrassing story that I might follow this up with, but I remember sitting and like writing these iPhone notes about like just how like lost and displaced I felt. And they're so perfectly edgy, but I locked them. I locked the notes for some reason because I'm a literal paranoid bitch. And
is that possible?
Yeah, and then I set the password to something that I don't remember. And I've done everything possible. I've like gone in and I've tried changing the password. I've tried enabling Touch ID. I've done the works. I've tried logging with a different Apple ID. I've tried like backing them up somewhere else. I've done literally everything because I know how juicy these notes are, but I've tried every single password I've used and I can't get into them, which is probably a blessing because they're probably super corny. But
right. Like my
I
old
definitely have more notes than anticipated, but let's search some terms.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you want to search first?
Oh God. Of all the words. Oh yeah, you can lock notes. I don't have
Yeah.
any lock.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't. Do you have any ideas off the top of your head?
I do, but literally my pinned note at the top is a lock note that said it was December. Like,
That sounds
and there's nothing else past that.
good. I want to hear it. God
I
damn it.
I want you to search the word dream.
I write down all of my dreams. Okay, let's see.
And then we have to read the first one, let's say. Like the bottom.
Wait, what'd you say?
Let's read the one at the bottom.
I don't think I can. Okay, let's see. No, it's not. I have a most popular note.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. I had a dream I was standing. Okay, keep in mind I wrote this at 5:58
Trust
a.m.
me. Yeah, I'm trying
July 1st this year. I had a dream I was standing on a train platform and it was new, so the ceiling was really low, and there was this really pale dude that had been following me and tried to grab my leather bag, and I was like, seriously, dude, don't fucking touch it. And he backed off, question mark. Wow. Who knew women could hold power? And then for some reason he left me alone, even though I was being sus as hell. Like, yeah, like there's nothing in there, like just some cash, and that's all. And then I woke up. So I wonder what was in my bag.
Well, you're acting sus as fuck, so this is
Okay, you go.
this is probably my most coherent one. I found a voice memo the other day that I have no recollection of recording from. Honestly, it's like August 26th something, and I literally don't remember recording it, and you can tell I just woke up because my voice is like.
I think I've done that too.
And I went back and I was like, what is this? Like, I don't remember this dream at all. And it was like, I can't even remember what it said, but it was like 45 seconds long.
Okay.
But this note is from May 6th, and it says, just had crazy dream. Was flying helicopter over Boston, trying to get back to too stupid to use GPS. Enter, enter. And the sun was just rising, dot, dot, dot. The nose of the plane was tipped too low, but by trying to raise it, I flipped myself out of my seat, which was really scary. If it was a plane or a helicopter, but it looked like my old truck from the outside. I didn't want to use the GPS because I was playing music I liked, so I was just flying over these random houses at like 5 a.m.
You should paint that. You should just paint a picture of a truck above the skyline.
I miss her. I miss her so much every single day. I swear to God, I love my truck every day.
Everything else kind of busted, so.
Do you want? What's the next word we should search? Search idea.
Idea. Okay.
Oh God, I have a couple.
I have senior quote ideas.
Oh my God! Wait, do you want to read them?
Yeah, I will. And then I'll read the one that I chose.
Okay, I'll read mine after that.
Oh God, okay. Senior quote ideas. 1. These are all Elliot Smith references. 1. Some enchanted night. 2. The devil's script sells you the heart of a blackbird.
Bro, just say you're like.
I was like, these are all stupid. When I was writing them down too, I was like, I don't like these. They're too edgy. I
like
said a Goodwill Hunting quote.
Huh?
I said a Goodwill Hunting quote.
Because you're such a
Like
big
what?
Hunting fan.
Like that's so quotable. What's
You're
quotable
like,
about that movie?
how do you like these apples? I I have some cringe ones, so you can lay them on. Are those all of them?
Um, these are so cringy. I'm not even reading all of them. Yeah, they're all just Elliott Smith / Good Will Hunting references. So that was when I was obsessed with both of them. This was like last summer. So, anyways, you can go. I'm enough humiliated.
I have a list. All of them are pretty short, but I do think it's fair to mention that, or it's necessary to mention that I thought it would be really, really funny to do a quote that um, made the administration question. Like, I wanted to get sent to the principal's office, but not be able to get in trouble because it was like ambiguous enough. But then some of them pretty directly, like, I would have just gotten in trouble. So I'll just go in. I'm pretty sure these are all my own quotes, or they're like, I think there's a couple that are like meme references.
Wait, you said you think they're all what?
I think most of these are like my ideas.
Okay, yay.
I may not have the perfect grades or the biggest heart or money. And the second one is look at your plans. And instead of college, I will be instead going to hell. 3 is just knife. 4 is bomb. 5 is bomb threat.
Yeah, those aren't good.
6 is F word face. And then 7 is fuck nudes. Anyone holding hands these days? I don't know why I was acting like I was going to swear on the yearbook. You can't just open my book of life and go to page 738 and think you know me. And then
wait, what did you end up? Oh,
I'll tell you at the end.
Okay.
Then there's one where I thought it would be funny to censor myself. So just a bunch of asterisks. There was a sentence, and then there's just the word "and" in between, which implies that the only word that could be published was "and" out of the sentence. They say, I never see you at the club. I say, I never see you at the bank. I'm just really rich. And then I have, does anybody know if we're going to run the mile in PE tomorrow? That was lit. Method acting for life. Is tomorrow a snow day? I finally can read chapter books. The world is a brain, and I am a headache. Women want me, fish fear me. Hard bracket, in all capital letters, redacted, hard bracket. Uh-oh. Oh man, that was a particularly long practice level. And then the one I settled on was, I'm just happy to get out of the house.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that.
Which literally did
If you
not.
didn't choose that one, I like the chapter book one.
I wanted to do The World is a Brain and I'm a Headache. But everyone.
Oh, I like that one.
That's a little too edgy. And also, I just don't like the idea that I have like a malicious, evil energy about me. And I don't want to perpetuate that idea.
Okay, fair. Fair.
Yeah.
All right. Let's think of one more word. I was thinking of guilty, but or guilt. Guilt?
Oh my god, I found one of my edgy notes.
All right. Mine's stupid, so I'm excited to read it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have any for guilty. Oh, I have guilt. Oh my god.
You know, did you find guilt on one of your edgy notes, or do you have?
Oh, no? I found guilt, but it's my college essay.
Oh.
I don't think I should read that whole thing. I'll find something else.
Okay, this is just a random note I found. Keep in mind, I haven't really seen a lot of boxing movies, but this is it. Boxing movies are my guilty pleasure. I wanted to perpetuate that lifestyle and watch bunch of like because I think boxing movies are cool, but I haven't seen a lot of them, and I was like, I want to watch more boxing movies. I haven't even seen Fight Club.
You
I haven't seen Fight Club.
you haven't seen Fight Club? We should do an episode on Fight Club. Have you
Okay.
had it spoiled for you?
Have I seen that?
Have you had it like spoiled for you?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Do not look up anything about the story and watch it as soon as you can, because I also managed to not have anything spoiled for me until watching it. I had like no idea what was going on, and it's probably in like my top 10 movies. It's really, really
Like, I've heard. I mean, Jared Leto's in it, right? So
yeah, it's. I mean, I liked the girl, but that's just because I'm crazy. I
well, I'll watch it soon. I actually I have.
It's a breezier watch than like Blade Runner.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. It passes time really well. It's not hard to watch at all because it's like it's way more entertaining than I anticipated it would be. And it's
Okay, word.
Um,
Cool. And now to end it.
huh? Oh
To
yeah.
end.
Okay, I'm going through because I'm trying to find a note.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, I have a folder of Lemmy quotes, but I don't think I can say those.
Yeah.
I guess I can definitely do this. I can do this. Oh my god. This one just says, oh wait, I can't say that. I'm sorry, I keep opening these and then they like are too edgy. Where they're just like
Like really
Instagram
early ones that are just like cringe.
Yeah.
My trash
Oh my
can
god.
fell over.
I have this note that I'll end on.
Okay, cool.
That girl you just called a slut, she's going to Harvard. She's a Harvard slut.
What's that? Is that from something?
No, I made that up.
Oh,
Um,
gorgeous.
Thanks. I think it's really cool because I like the idea of doing like an anti-bullying campaign that ends up being like it ends up defeating itself. It's like kid you just called fat. Yeah, well, that was rude. It's like it doesn't help anyone. That girl you just called a whore, she actually self-identifies as a whore. So her name on Twitter is actually dumb whore with a cherry emoji. So, but it's don't call anyone anything, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We don't support bullying here.
I think that concludes our monumental first pod.
I think so too.
Onto the tube today. I don't even know how long this is. I'm gonna stop recording.
Me too. Okay, bye.